Assalamu alaikum students and welcome back to new video. I hope you all are doing well. Before we start new session, new topic, let's recall what we have learned before. So here mainly we are going to talk about major crops in India. Earlier we have seen different types of farming and different farming pattern, cropping pattern. Now from last few videos, here we are discussing about major crops in India, which are first categorized into food crops and non-food crops. Food crops we utilize as food in different way, and non-food crops, that means mainly for industrial purpose. So in food crops, first staple crop rice, second wheat, third millets. In millets, jowar, bajra and ragi. Fourth one maize, and the last pulses. Those are food crops, grains, cereals. There are few other crops which we include in food crops. We utilize mainly for food, but they are not in cereals, like sugar cane. Sugar, actually, we obtain from sugar cane. So, sugar cane, oilseeds, main purpose as edible oil. Third, beverage crops, tea and coffee. And here today we are going to discuss about horticulture. Meaning of horticulture, I think you have learned about it already, I think so, in biology. Horticulture, actually it's a gardening type of farming where different types of plants and trees are grown by farmers. Mainly those trees and plants of fruits and vegetables. So this type of agriculture, this type of farming is called horticulture. So India in 2008 was the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables after China in the world, second rank. Again, the year I am mentioning 2008. India is producer of different types of fruits, tropical fruits and subtropical fruit. In India, we know that diversity is everywhere, variety is everywhere. No matter it's about culture, no matter it's about landscape, no matter about climate, we have variety. We are lucky enough, right? So here we grow tropical fruit mainly from southern to central India. Tropical fruit in the northeast part of India, northeastern part of India, temperate fruit, right? So we are getting advantage of both types of food, like mango, banana, pineapple, and many other types of fruit. Mainly those are tropical fruits. Many other tropical fruits, subtropical like apple, apricots, walnut. Those are temperate fruits. Let's talk about main fruits here. Mangoes of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. Mango, well known of these states, means in large amount of mango production in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. Oranges of Nagpur, that is well known, right? Nagpur oranges, and Cherrapunji in Meghalaya. Bananas of Kerala, Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, well known, and so many varieties of banana in mainly southern parts of India, Tamil Nadu and Kerala especially. Lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, pineapples of Meghalaya, grapes of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Maharashtra. Those are many fruits famous. Apart from them, many other fruits like apples, pears, apricots, plums and walnut, plums, different types of plums and walnuts, cherries, plums and walnuts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh are greatly demanded, highly demanded in the world. We know that Jammu and Kashmir mainly and some part of Himachal Pradesh famous worldwide for their apples as well as apricots and walnut. So those are main fruits are grown in India. Apart from fruits, we are also well known for vegetables. Sorry, Indian people, we also used to eat non-vegetarian foods as well as vegetarian. So India produces about 13% of world's vegetables. It is an important producer of peas, cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjal, and potato. So this type of vegetables mainly grown in India. Now let's talk about non-food crops. Here we have done with food crops. Two categories, cereal crops and food crops, but other than cereal. Now let's start non-food crops. In non-food crops, here we are going to discuss about mainly three crops, rubber and fiber crops. In fiber crops, two are the most important, cotton and the second jute. So let's begin with non-food crops with rubber. Non-food crops, first of all, rubber. Rubber is actually an equatorial crop. Equatorial crop means heavy rainfall as well as higher temperature requires. But under special conditions, it is also grown in tropical and subtropical area. Tropical area means little far from the equatorial region, equatorial which is around the imaginary line of equator. Those are called equatorial region, followed by tropical area and subtropical area. So requirement of rubber, it requires moist and humid climate with the rainfall about 200 centimeter, which is the highest rainfall because equatorial region is well known for heavy rainfall, almost rainfall throughout the year. So about more than 200 centimeter annual rainfall, as well as temperature it requires about 25 degrees Celsius. Now which regions, which states in India, which regions in India are suitable for growing of rubber? So Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andaman and Nicobar and Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Those are the main areas, main regions which are well known for rubber production. Rubber is important industrial raw material and highly demanded throughout the world. Rubber is expensive type of crop. So in 2010-11, India ranked fourth among world's natural rubber producer, because synthetic rubbers are there. Basically, we consider like nylon and other. Those are synthetic. Natural, which obtained from rubber tree. And why it is highly demanded in the world and why is it expensive? Because of its use. So how do we use? How do we utilize it? Let's see percentage wise. 62.2% of total rubber we utilize for automobile industry, for vehicles, tires and tubes. Mainly base material, raw material, this industry utilize, that is rubber. Apart from it, 9.2% of cycles, tire and tube same, but cycle, not automobile. Automobile industries like small vehicles, cars, jeeps, as well as commercial vehicles, those all here utilize 62.2% of total, and here cycle 9.2. 4.6% of rubber for camelback, for sitting like saddle, camel saddle, that is camelback. Footwears also utilize synthetic materials, but many footwears use natural rubber as well. So share of footwear is 6.6%. 4.6% belts and hose pipes for industrial purpose, for automobile purpose. So those pipes, hose pipes, and belts. Belts, not only vest belt, but here industrial belts, as well as automobile belts. Latex foam, mainly used for mattresses in the household. sofas as well as seats for automobile, two-wheelers and four-wheelers. Those are latex foam. They are also produced as in production of latex foam, rubber utilizes raw material. Apart from is deep goods, 4.1%, 4% of latex and 4.1% deep goods, many parts, machines parts or many goods that coated with rubber coated, those are called deep goods. So deep goods 4.1% and other 4.7%, which includes your eraser. So those are various purposes we utilize rubber for. Now let's talk about fiber crops. In fiber crops here, cotton, jute, hemp and silk. First three means cotton, jute and hemp we obtain from plants, while silk is kind of different. So here silk we know that we obtain from cocoons of silkworms and mainly fed on green leaves, especially of mulberry leaves, right? Rearing of silkworms for production of silk is called sericulture, horticulture and sericulture. This is for your information. No detail about sericulture in your textbook, so we are not going to discuss about them. Now let's talk about two fiber crops which are most important for us: cotton and jute. Cotton. India is believed to be the original home of cotton plants. Means years ago, actually centuries ago, in the ancient civilization, that cotton utilized, firstly invented in India. Cotton is one of the main raw material for the cotton textile industry. Apart from cotton textile industry, they utilize synthetic materials too. But natural cotton is cotton. Cotton is today also highly demanded. In 2008, India was second largest producer of cotton after China. So in many of the crops, you have noticed that we are on the second, that also after China. Cotton grows well in drier parts of India, cotton soil of Deccan Plateau, as well as some part of Gujarat as well. It requires higher temperature, light rainfall. Requirement for cotton, remember, higher temperature, light rainfall or irrigation. Generally, in many other crops also mentioned that if inadequate rainfall, in that case irrigation can be used. So one more important, 210 days, 210 days, but what kind of days? Frost-free, bright sunny days, 210 frost-free, bright sunny days required for well growth of cotton. It is kharif crop. Generally in our area, if you don't know, let me tell you, Bharuch is famous. Actually in ancient time also world famous for growing of cotton. Now reduces because of industries and some other crops are also grown by the farmers. But still, Bharuch is today also well known for the growing of cotton. So if you have noticed that people grow onset of monsoon, it is a kharif crop, but it takes a little longer time for production. Harvesting, because 2-3 times cotton can be harvested. So it is kharif crop. It requires 6 to 8 months to mature, and during this time, 2-3-4 times can be harvested. Major cotton producing states. Here we can count Gujarat first. Gujarat, Maharashtra, as well as Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. So those states are well known for growing of cotton, or major cotton producing states in India. Now the last crop we are going to discuss here today, which is jute, which is last crop of this chapter. In this topic, different crops, last crop is jute. Jute, it is known as golden fiber, and actually in medieval era it was too much important. Jute grows well on well-drained fertile soil in the floodplains where soil replenished or renewed every year. High temperature is required during the time of growth. West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha, Meghalaya are the major jute producing states. Mainly here, those states have floodplains which are the most suitable for growing jute. Jute requires that well drained soil which replenished every year at high temperature for growing of jute plants. But for taking out those fibers for those yarns from jute, a huge amount of water is required. So many those jute plants also they set up nearby the rivers. So water is also required for condition we can say for growing of jute. It is used in making gunny bags. Those bags, if you have seen like grains, nowadays people utilize, industries utilize actually nylon bags for grains, vegetables, fruits, as well as floor mats, ropes, yarn, carpets, and some other artifacts. Due to its higher costs, it it's losing its market and actually that jute that taken by synthetic fibers mainly nylon. So today we know that instead of jute we have seen grains like wheat and rice earlier. Today also many those processors prefer to use jute bags, gunny bags. But earlier only jute bags were used. But now mostly those processors, those packers use nylon bags because nylon is comparatively too much cheaper compared to jute. So here we have seen different types of crops, major crops in India. In the next video, we will discuss about that agriculture system in India as well as technological and institutional reforms in agriculture. If you have any query, you can comment below as well as you can send your query to the given helpline numbers. Thank you so much.